everybody at those things, pop. Darn it, I forgot it. But anyway, Happy New Year, pop, pop. And why did they do that in the New Year's? Pop, pop, right? It's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call, right? Because every day is a new beginning, right? We say this is a new year and a new beginning and a new chance, but every day is a new beginning. So it's something to celebrate. And when you first wake up in the morning, that is this special time. This is this opportunity to connect yourself to that highest level of vibrational energy. You haven't taken on all the stuff of the day yet. It's hard once the day is going, when you got the momentum going of the mundaneness of life, to take on that higher level, right? So that's why everybody says the first thing you should do when you get up in the morning is to do some sort of connection process. Makes sense, right? You start a car at the top, a little wagon at the top of a hill, and at the top of the hill you could stop it, right? But to get it down towards the bottom, that thing's rolling pretty fast, it's hard to change direction with it. And that's the thing with all of us, and that's why as a community we're promoting that we do a book together. Something that's been around a long time is that Pocket Full of Miracles. And starting the day each day with that one little thought. We have plenty more of them, and each week, at the end of the week on Saturdays, we have Reverend Lucille will be here. We have a beautiful little board in the back that Cheryl made up, that put on the table and back in Fellowship Hall. And if you want to talk about any of the things that went on as you read some of the readers, today was, I will be still and know. I will be still and know that thou art God. Being still. And every once in a while, the thought is just to take a breath and be still. That's it for today. Not too hard, huh? Oh, ha-ha. Ha-ha, says Lucille over there. But that idea, that meditation, isn't it so beautiful to be in that energy of that high vibration, right? That source energy, that's where we are in co-creation. But we're always co-creating. But we're co-creating at the level that we are experiencing. So that's why we have to start to learn how to be still, how to learn how to pay attention to where we are, and to learn how to shift that into another place of being. Let me tell you a little bit about this, because a lot of us do. Okay, it's the new year. We have beautiful intentions and wishes up here from Isabel, and everybody has them up there. It's really great. But there's a big gap between what I'm intending for and where my energy is. And see, the universe connects to that. The universe is this is the invisible force that we're talking about here. And it knows the energy of things. It doesn't know really the words of things. Words hold some energy, but really it's the feeling and the motivation behind it that's really connected to. So if I have this really high intention to be connected to Source, and I have this feeling underneath that I'm not worth it, or it never happens to me, there is this gap between, and the universe cannot fulfill that wish, because we need to be in alignment before things can become fulfilled. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? To see how that works. And that's why everyone says, well, I do my affirmations and I say this, I am bold and I am beautiful and I am strong and I'm capable and I'm healthy and I get all these things together, and it never happens to me. And then we wonder why. Because of that incongruency. So what we need to do is to get more in alignment with what is our truth and where we are in the moment. And there's nothing wrong with being where we are in the moment, because we can change that. When we are honest about where we are and what we're really in intention about and what's going on for us, then we can move to a higher place from that. But we can't do it if we're deceiving ourselves. So let's come to the place of where we are and say, well, now from here, one of the tricks to get out of here is to generalize it. Because what we do is we concretize it. We get into the details of it, right? Oh, it never goes right for me, and I always try this, and look how it happens to somebody else. And we get into the details of it, and that's how we concretize it, and we then make that manifest in our lives. But if we can generalize it, yeah, that happens sometimes. I see how that happens. It happens to other people. It's no big deal. It is what it is. Do you see the difference? Yes? Yes. Right? It's a very important difference here. So if you see the difference in that, now I can move up the energy field. Right? The emotional energy field, I can move myself up because now I generalize it. Now I can then use the tools that we learn. I can be honest with myself of where I'm at. I'm generalizing it. Now I can take some chance and I can put that in and I can make that connection. And now I can have an intention of moving up, and then I find myself in a different space. I find myself in a different space. I don't make it happen. But yet my higher self makes it happen. The ego self, the little self, doesn't make it happen. And that's how we do this. This is how we bring ourselves up. And we do that also in how we relate to each other. And it's a very important part of all of this. Because if I'm seeing in you an inability to move out of where you're at, then that is a reflection of a belief in my inability to move myself out of something that I'm stuck in. So we are gifts to each other. And if we use the diversity that we have been gifted with in our lives as opportunities to see that as just that, and look with a different eyes and different vision at each other with hope, with trust, with seeing that light. Right? We are a gathering of light, seeing that light in each other, seeing that capacity and that ability to shine in another. Isn't that a nicer place to put out to the world? Right? These are things that we can call to and be in, and we can actually become co-creators of the highest good in our lives. And there are lots of hard things going on out there in the world. I will admit that. But they are also opportunities to shed that light. One positive thought, one person in alignment with that higher vibration of good is equal to hundreds who are in a lower vibration. That's good news. That's very good news. But that should also be news that encourages us to do the work. Now that we have the information, the importance of becoming in alignment and to tuning ourselves into that energy becomes more and more important every day. So when we open our eyes in the morning, it is so important to stay, to call in that highest vibrational level possible. And if you can stay there for at least a half a minute, I guarantee it's going to change your whole day. That's it. 30 seconds. 30 seconds of like our meditation, being in that highest vibration. First thing in the morning, you're getting a momentum going down that hill of that highest good for all. Not too bad, right? These are accomplishable goals. These are things that now make us partners, true co-creators in this world. And in our words of wisdom, I love to use this quote from A Course in Miracles that says, there is much to do and we have been long delayed. There is much to do because we are the expression of the divine. Think of that yourself. Think of that as you personally are the expression of the divine made manifest here and now. What do you want to give to the divine? What kind of experience do you want to be an example of, a vehicle for the divine in this world? The choice is right here. Right? We always sing songs like, the key is in your hands. The choice that you're making is right here, right now. It's a glorious thing. It's a wondrous thing. It's an exciting thing. It's a vibrant thing. It's a vibrational thing. So getting into vibration, getting into alignment, it is totally possible. It is totally good. And as a community that's talking about concepts like interspirituality and our interconnectedness and how we are affecting the earth and each other and being part and parcel of this whole community of life and earth and air and fire and water, how important is that? Because now we're changing the dynamics. Our old continuum said, oh no, religion, that was look at all the bad thing that happened. Look what happened to it. But we know the power of spiritual solutions. We know the power of making that connection and making that alignment to that highest good and how that can change everything. We are at the crossroads of something thrilling and dynamic and good and essentially good. This church, the Presbyterian Church of Sweet Hollow, now their minister has left and gone to another higher calling, a larger community and helping and serving a vaster group of people. So they're left as a community without a minister, but that's making them even stronger as a community. Think of that as our community gathering of light as we start this year. How are we as a community? How are we supporting each other? What would happen if our ministers weren't here? Are we vehicles for this concept of interspirituality? Can we be a community that serves and helps each other? Are we doing things to support that and make that grow and happen? These are things that we have to ask ourselves as a community coming into a new year. Am I participating? Even so much as to read the Daily Reader. Are there things that I can do? This month, we will celebrate 19 years of every week showing up time after time. We are showing you that we are consistent, that we are sustaining, and that we are here to stay. So as a community, how can we do that greater? How can we do that more? How can we sustain a building? Can we do even more than that to show the world that this is a good idea, that spiritual ideas are good ways to live, that we want to support each other and love each other and be there for each other and not have to define each other and get caught up in that, that this diversity and the differences are something to embrace and they are what they are and they're glorious and good. This is a new year. I'm still shocked. 2015. Okay, showing my age here. How many people are like 2000, right? And now it's 2015. Wow. Anyway, but it's great stuff. But who cares? It's a number. It's a number. It's a number. The point is we're here. And then our other words of wisdom is look to today. This is the day. This is the day that we have. This is the day with all the pure potentiality that created the universe. The potential that sparked the creation of the universe lies in this day. And only in this day. Because this is what we have. This is who we are. Let's truly live it with all we have. And so it is.